How about you treat her like you love, respect, and admire her? Be there for her emotionally and spend time with her, hugging, foot rubbing, oil massage, holding hands, and having a chat. Any one of these will be appreciated. Now, this comment is extremely interesting because it brings up so many ideas that I can't even bubble to the top of my head without actively, consciously thinking about it by brute force. I myself personally would love to do all of these things. And as a matter of fact, I have done these things. But, unfortunately, this does not let you get chosen. This is actually a type of man who would be more likely to be rejected by her. Let's theoretically or hypothetically say that she's seeing more than one man and all of them do the same thing. Who is she going to choose? Her subconscious evaluation system is going to be weighing the pros and the cons and the pains and the pains. She is going to be drawn to whoever her emotional stimuli is going to be triggered and activated with the most. She's going to lean in towards whoever extends her identity the most. And she's going to lean in towards someone who is safe and poses a non-existential threat to whatever identity she's attaching herself to. That is very subconscious as well. And let's say she is seeing so many different men. They're all doing all these wonderful suggestions, right? Who is she going to choose? Well, none of these men can actively convince her to change her mind and pick them specifically. Only she has the power to do that. The man with the most leverage, he will be able to influence her decision and impact her decision. But he's ultimately not the one who decides who she chooses. And you know what? Your comment also brings up something very fascinating, which I've mentioned before in my previous videos, is that people love the way they want to be loved. And this includes women, or as PewDiePie says, whammon. So as a woman, you might think to yourself that this is what you want, and this is what you might give to the man that you desire. But this, if you were to give something like this to the man that you desire, he will probably not want to be with you anyway. Likewise, if the man does the same thing, he's still probably not going to be chosen. And why is this? It's because when you desire something so much, you also, for some reason, have a hidden belief thinking that you do not deserve this, that you deserve peace, love, in the way that you imagine. Because when you actually get the damn thing, it's actually frightening. And whatever's frightening is an existential threat to whatever identity you've attached yourself to. It's a perceived threat. If you grew up in a household that was chaotic, and then all of a sudden someone you gave you all this love, all this foot rubs, oil massages, etc., making tea in the morning, stuff that I would love to do myself and receive. But if I were to give that outright to someone who's grown up in such a chaotic household, they're more likely to be absent from my love because it's unfamiliar. It's existentially threatening to the chaos. This is why I read books on borderline personality disorder or father-daughter wounds, because inside such women there is a deep, dark void, and that's how they feel. They don't feel worthy. And if pain is actually what they feel is love, it's back to front. They feel that pain is love, and love is pain. And such a woman is more likely to respond to your absence, because that is what's familiar, and that's how she interprets love. And so it makes me, I've run out of things to say here, but it makes me think again, what did it really take for someone to fall head over heels for you? Not much. It literally doesn't take much at all for someone to fall head over heels for you. Likewise, if there's a breakup, it doesn't really take much for a breakup to happen either. This means that most of the decision-making process lies in the person who enacted that thing. If you fall head over heels for someone, that is on your part. If someone else falls head over heels for you, that is their part. Did you have much say in the matter? Not really. In fact, if you had any say in the matter at all, if you were the one being pursued and infatuated with, you didn't have much say in the matter, and you basically did not do much. You were sitting in a state of effortlessness, a bit passive, perhaps even feminine. Like a seed planted in the soil, you let the sunlight come to you. You let the water come to you. And this is probably the better way to receive and maybe even give love, is to just let things happen instead of resisting and constructing things in such a fixed way. Unfortunately, the human heart and the mind will be addicted to pain, loss, frustration. And so if someone rejects you, if someone doesn't take care of you the way you want, if they don't treat you right, then that's not going to sit well with the mind, and you're going to be lingering on for months, maybe even years, just feeling anguish, loss, infatuation, love, and your thoughts will keep on spawning 1,000 times over this one particular individual. And you know what? Last night, I had so many women DM me. I don't know why, but some of them are being transparent with me, and they're saying they're just lonely and they want someone to talk to. Now, I've been scammed before, and I'm a bit cautious as to whether some of these people are just being scammers, hidden behind a real profile. But I've talked to some of these people, and they seem real. And that's why I made a video or a post last night talking about why the hell are these random women DMing me out of the blue? Like, if you're going to DM me, you need a damn reason. Because having all these different women DM me saying, "Hi, how are you?" it put me in a position where I can so easily reject these women, where I do not choose them. I do not choose to spend my time or energy with them or communicating with them. I'm sure they've got their own stories. I'm sure there's some value there somewhere. But for me, the expenditure of energy necessary to engage with these women constantly DMing me, it made me rethink about how women are just as afraid as not being chosen as much as perhaps a man. And it made me think as well right now that perhaps this is just a different layer of consciousness, a separate level, where some people are just lazy and some people are just more informed and aware and putting in much better work. In all honesty though, I would love to give my favourite woman love, respect. I'd love to admire her. I'd love to spend time with her emotionally. I'd love to hold her. I'd love to hug her, foot rub her, massage her, hold hands with her. I've offered things like this. And man, we can go into the deepest conversations. That's a dream. That's a dream come true right there. And you know what's crazy is I know she's actually watching me too.